Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Basement. Thank you for joining me today. I will be sharing with you some more thoughts about my favorite small cap gold mining stock, gold mining company, gold project developer, First Mining Gold. First off, they have an exciting partnership with their Pickle Crow project. I'm going to touch on that in more detail here in a few minutes. And then secondly, something, in my opinion, very exciting happened this morning. They announced a private placement, which means a non-brokered private placement, which means essentially that company insiders will be significant contributors in I think it's almost $5 million investment into the company. Keith Neumeyer, the chairman, who everybody knows, great guy, super well respected in the mining industry, is going to participate, as well as Dan Wilton, the CEO, who's also doing a great job at First Mining. So that's great news to see that the current insider management team is putting up their own money to invest in the company. I mean, really, as good news as you could ask for. Of course, the market hasn't recognized this yet, but I have. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over to the whiteboard and give you kind of my insights on this Pickle Crow partnership deal that was announced 8 or 9 days ago, and why I think it's just ridiculous that the market didn't react more favorably to that news. Okay guys, welcome back. So here's the deal. Pickle Crow is one of First Mining's, I guess you would call it, secondary projects. Their main focus, as you probably know, is on their Springpole and Goldland projects. Then they have a kind of a group of secondary projects that are very high quality, but just not their primary focus right now. One of which is Pickle Crow. I think the other one's called Hope Brook, and then another one called Cameron. Nonetheless, they've announced a partnership with a company called Auteco. I think they're Australian. Anyway, whereby Auteco is going to, over the next several years, spend millions of dollars to kind of upgrade and re-explore the Pickle Crow gold mine. Pickle Crow was a gold mine that successfully operated up through the 1960s and has been sitting idle since then. There was a company that came in prior to First Mining Gold purchasing it and did some work and defined a $1.23 million ounce gold, I think it's inferred resource. And as far as I understand, there was a 43-101 report generated that indicated that 1.23 million ounces. So a lot of ounces in the ground at Pickle Crow. This company, I did a little research on them. They've had great success in the past, kind of going in similar type scenarios and kind of reinvigorating old mines and finding even more gold. So the deal is they're going to spend a bunch of money. They will spend all the money up until the point where a decision is made to move forward with a mine. The most that the partner will get in terms of ownership in Pickle Crow will be 80%. So if they get to a point where they want to build the mine, at that point then, from what I understand, First Mining will then have to start to contribute some money to this situation. But at the end of the day, First Mining is going to come out with a 20% ownership. They'll also have a royalty on this property, and as part of the deal, they're going to get a good chunk of Auteco stock. Nothing like crazy huge, but a good little chunk of Auteco stock. And after they announced this partnership, the stock, last I looked, in Auteco went up significantly. So the market perceived this deal for them as being a very, very good thing. The market didn't give any positive feedback for First Mining Gold, which I think is just really ridiculous, because here we have a deal where they're going to get some cash, they're going to get some stock, and they're going to have another company investing millions of dollars, another company that's been proven to be successful in these same types of situations. They're going to be spending a ton of money to develop this project. At the end of the day, if it's successful and they move toward mining, again, First Mining's still going to own 20% of the mine, royalty, and they're going to have stock in the partner company. So I just ran some numbers, and I thought I'll kind of do some best case scenario numbers. Let's say that the mine moves into production and 1 million ounces is produced over the life of that mine, which would mean First Mining would get 200,000 of those ounces. If gold were at $2,000, that would generate $400 million in revenue. If they were able to find even more ounces, let's say 1.5 million ounces, First Mining's share of that would be 300,000 ounces. That would generate $600 million of revenue. So essentially, the agreement that First Mining got into is, at this point, like zero risk for them. You have a company that says, yeah, sure, we're going to come in, we'll spend millions of dollars trying to redevelop this project for you. If it works, which they must be confident that it will, because they've done this thing before, but if it works, then we will, after spending all that money, get 80% ownership. In First Mining, after really spending nothing to that point, will still retain 20%. Sure, if they move toward mining, there's going to be some investments that need to be made at that point, and plants and whatnot. But at that point, it would be pretty much a sure thing that these big revenue numbers are going to come through. Even at a lower gold price, it's still, $1,000 gold, you're looking at 200 million or 300 million. So once again, I believe that First Mining represents a great value at this point, and opportunity. And remember, this is one of their second tier projects that they weren't really even focusing on. There's Springpole and Goldland and some other projects that are, I think, even of greater potential. So thanks for watching. I hope you got some good information out of my video, and have a great day.